Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to each of you. You know, it's been so interesting. We're having a pipeline cybersecurity hearing in Commerce this morning, so this is our focus today. Director Sheridan, I'd like to come to you. We hear all this information, conflicting things between cryptocurrencies and cyber attacks, and some people say cryptocurrency is used because it's less traceable. Others say, well, it always leaves a digital trail, but that law enforcement is not using blockchain or other technologies that would work through this. And we've recently started a financial innovation caucus. So I'd love to hear from you on this. With cryptocurrency, does it make it harder for tracing ransomware attacks?
So the interesting contradiction is that it actually makes it somewhat easier because there, as you said, there is a digital trail. Now, there are privacy coins and anonymizing techniques such as chain swapping, chain hopping, peel chain methodologies, and various technological approaches that can add layers to that digital trail. In that sense, it makes it more difficult. But if I handed you a $5 bill and asked you where it's been, it would be almost impossible to tell. If I handed you a Bitcoin wallet address, we would be able to tell what's gone in and what's gone out because of the digital evidence. So it is possible to trace. To your point, we do need to expand our resources related to that. We have a very strong workforce, a very technically capable workforce of computer scientists, blockchain analysts, crypto tracers, but we need more of them. We need to get better equipped, better trained, and expand our presence domestically and internationally related to those capabilities.
Do you have a timeline for moving forward with having, being able to set some standards? Have you all looked at what this would take? What will it take as far as man hours, personnel, training?
We do have a very detailed projection in terms of timeline, resources, and budget for our ransomware approach as it relates to cryptocurrency and other digital monies.
Is that information you could share with us, with the committee?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that would be helpful. Director Vondran, let me ask you, has the FBI looked into using new technologies in blockchain to track and remediate some of the ransomware attacks and transactions?
Thank you for the question, Senator. To amplify what Jeremy Sheridan said, we use the blockchain daily across the organization to trace Bitcoin. And I think Mr. Sheridan's comments are spot on that in certain cases, it actually makes the tracing easier. In certain cases, it makes it more challenging. And his reference to a $5 bill and understanding its traceability is a very good analogy. But we have many FBI agents, FBI analysts, data operations specialists, and other types of personnel in the organization that use the blockchain on a daily basis.
You know, General Dowling, let me come to you with this. Bulletproof hosters. And hearing about these and the data centers and the companies that allow ransomware to be transacted on their servers. And of course, this is something that is troubling, that they're setting up overseas and largely outside of U.S. law. Are there more steps that you all can take to better track and shut down these bulletproof hosting operations, at least domestically?
Thank you for the question. You put your finger on it. In order for us to have an effective response to the ransomware problem, we need to look at all parts of the ecosystem. And bulletproof hosting is is one of those parts. We have at times brought criminal prosecutions against the owners of these kinds of bulletproof hosters where we can show that they are well aware that they are contributing to criminal activity. But it is, like many parts of this problem, made more difficult by the international side of it. These actors are very often overseas, and so we have to take steps to build our international partnerships in order to arrest them. Those are things we are focused on, though, and we will continue to be as part of the overall response to the ransomware threat.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.